Try to soften into the stretch. And it's perfectly fine if you're up higher here. Keep pushing down through your right hip. And you can walk your hands back in to lift up. And you're just going to twist over to the right. So left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Think of lifting and lengthening, and then maintain the straightness of your spine as you rotate, pulling that right shoulder back, staying lifted here. And back through to center. Let's switch sides. So you're going to stagger this time, bringing your left shin in front of the right one. And we're going to walk our hands over towards the right knee, pretty much, right in front of it. And then walk and crawl, get out as far as you can before folding down and releasing. And you can always just stay up on your forearms here. Any variation of this stretch. And it's very normal for one side to feel maybe a little bit stiffer than the other. Maybe a little bit just more awkward. But no matter what, try to maintain a steady breath rhythm, breathing in and out through your nose. Let's lift on up, walk your hands back, twist over towards the left, right hand to your left knee, inhale to lengthen, exhale, pull your belly button back as you twist. And coming back through to center, we're going to open our legs out into a straddle, doing something a little bit different here. So depending on what time of the day it is, or what your flexibility is all about, you might want to have your legs closer in. You don't need to go right away to the edge and to your flexibility limit. I want you to be able to really tilt your pelvis forward, keep your hands at your heart so that you can balance your weight over your hips. So all we're going to do here, we're going to see if we can tilt forward slightly. And then come back through to center, bend your knees a little bit, and drop your knees over to the left. So really working on this internal hip rotation. You're twisting through your torso. Come back through to center, straighten your legs, and see if you can fold down a little further. Lifting back up, bend your knees, keep your feet flexed. Drop your knees over to the right as you twist, really pushing down through that left knee specifically. Back through to center, straighten your legs, hinge forward. One more time on each side. So bend. It's normal if your mat moves around a little bit like mine is. Through to center and straighten. Fold, lifting up, bend your knees, both knees go down to the right. One last time, folding forward, straighten your legs. And coming all the way back through to center, bring both feet together. I'm just going to turn to the other side here. Into your butterfly fold, you can grab a hold of your feet if you'd like. Press your knees and thighs down. Inhale, lift up through your heart. And move with a flat back at first. So leading with your chest. And then let yourself round, relax, and contract. And roll all the way up through your spine until you're sitting again. And we'll do that 2 more times. So inhale, flat back. Go as far as you can. Exhale, round all the way back down and slowly roll all the way back up. One more. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, round, relax, and slowly come all the way up. Beautiful. Cross out your ankles, plant your palms. Let's find our first downward facing dog. So hands are shoulder width distance apart. I'm spreading my fingertips nice and wide and then reaching. Hips go up and back. You can paddle up your feet here, really stretching into your ankles, into your calves. Relax your neck. Let's extend our right leg up towards the sky for this three-legged dog. You can stretch and open up your hip here. It doesn't need to be super squared. You can have your knee straight, or you can bend into your right knee if you prefer. And now step your right foot forward in between your palms to the top of the mat, and we're coming into Skandasana, our side lunge. So I'm going to bring my right hand in front of my right foot, and I'm rotating so that I'm now on my left heel. And my right foot is at about a 45-degree angle, and I'm setting my hips down and then switching to the other side. So my left knee bends, my right leg is straight. You can lower as much or as little as you'd like. Let's do that one more time to the top of the mat. And now continue to spiral forward here. Finding a low lunge, my right knee is going to be over the top of my ankle. Back knee comes down to the floor, and if you'd like, you can add your quad stretch. Reach back with your right hand and pull your heel in towards your glute. So there's a little bit of a twist here through the upper back. Slow, steady breath. Release the hold of your back foot, transition into your pigeon pose. So right foot crawls over to the left. I have my right knee behind my right hand, squaring off the hip so I'm not on one hip more than the other. See if you can find a little back bend here first, opening through your chest. And fold on down. Walk your hands, go as low as you would like to here. 5 deep breaths in pigeon pose. Really inviting that right hip to relax, to open a little more, to let go of any tension without overdoing it. One more deep breath here. And you can walk your hands in, start to lift back up. We're coming back into our downward facing dog, so you can step the right foot back to meet the left. And maybe you just want to hold in your downward dog, or if you'd like to take your vinyasa, we can flow through it now. So inhaling forward into your plank pose. As you exhale, you can lower your way down. Cobra, find a nice back bend here, elbows bent. And back into our downward facing dog. Repeating the sequence on the second side. Reach your left leg up to the sky. Get a great big stretch here. You can keep your leg straight, or you can bend your knee if that's what you did on the first side. And we'll step the left foot forward between the palms to the top of the mat. Our Skandasana, side lunge again. So pivot in order to have your right heel on the floor. Both hands in front of you. Your left foot, the toes are pointing towards the top corner of your mat. Bend into your left knee to sink your hips down, and then go to the other side. Right knee bends, left leg is straight. And switch one last time. Left knee bends. Rotate to face forward again here, finding your low lunge. Feet are hip width distance apart, back knee comes down, my left knee is over my ankle. And now I'm going to add my quad stretch. Reaching back with my left hand, adding this little twist. Try to melt your hips closer towards the mat. Steady breath rhythm. And let's release into your pigeon pose. So just wiggle that foot over. So you can bring your left knee behind your left hand, squaring out through your hips. Find a little back bend first as you open through your chest, lifting and looking up. And then fold on down as low as you would like to. 5 deep breaths on this side. Letting go of pressure, letting go of expectation. Simply moving this way because it feels good, because we want to care for ourselves. There is no need for judgment here. Keep breathing into the stretch, melting into it. And you can start to lift back up. We're coming back into our downward dog. This will be the last time, also final opportunity. If you did want to take a vinyasa, maybe doing chaturanga this time. So we'll flow, inhale, plank pose. Maybe chaturanga, so you hover halfway into your upward dog. Big back bend. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Final stretch here, push down into your heels, reach your chest towards your thighs, curl your tailbone up towards the sky, relax your neck. And bring your knees down to the mat, keep your hips as they are, walk your hands further forward, and melt your chest and forehead down into this puppy stretch. Trying to press your chest towards the mat, pressing your armpits down towards the mat. Increasing flexibility, really trying to work on our upper body. Come forward into your Sphinx Pose, so lower your hips to the mat, roll your shoulders back, forearms to the ground. Back bend here. And release. Just press back into a more restorative version of Balasana, our child's pose, keeping your knees close together. You can just rest your chest over your thighs, hands reaching back, forehead to the ground. Slow down your breathing as we slow down our practice. When I do short classes like this, I usually skip Shavasana, especially for those of you who are doing this in the morning. I find it can be really easy to just accidentally fall asleep. But take a few more breaths in this pose to really feel the effects of your practice, not only on your body, but also on your state of mind, on the depth of your breath, on your emotions, noticing what has changed and shifted for you. And you can roll to lift up, just come to take a seat. Whew. It's a short practice, but it's hot out for me. Roll your shoulders back, bring your hands together at your heart, Anjali Mudra. And let's close by chanting Om one time together. Inhale to chant, breathe in. Thank you so very much for doing this short flexibility flow with me. I hope you enjoyed it.